Right now, Bitcoin in a fight for its life against the bears. So we want to show you something that we found in the charts that you need to know about. So make sure you watch this video right to the end. In fact, this could be one of the most important videos that you ever see in all of 2022. So Michael, what is going on with Bitcoin? And let's talk a little bit about fair market value and some of the things that we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a few things we need to, we're going to come back to this chart. This is probably the most important chart that people need to be aware of because it tells a story that Bitcoin has the potential to go down to 20K, which I've mentioned many times in the past. It's nothing new, but there's new information on my research that tells that that could happen with even a high chance, like 50-50, right? So, but before we talk about that, let's talk about a shorter term version one, right? Now, keep in mind, Warren Buffett bought Bitcoin here. So he's pretty confident in Bitcoin, right? This is a guy who says, I'm going all in. I know right now, Bitcoin is a great opportunity. That's what he's saying. So we feel the same way, but as smaller investors, right, we're still confident in Bitcoin. Well, here's what's going on right now. Bitcoin is in this triangle here, and it's got support at the bottom and resistance at the top. So we can see we got rejected here. And so now we're seeing Bitcoin fighting with the bears, right? It wants to go up, but the bears say no. The bulls say, yes, yes, go up. And then we get rejected and then we go down. So at some point, Bitcoin will have to decide, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Now, I can't tell you the odds, but it's a 50-50, okay? 50% we go up, 50% we go down. So the odds are not super strong in the favor of the bulls right now. So what am I doing? Well, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to go up a bit more, maybe 41.4, and I'm gonna sell a bit to be more cash positive. Okay, if it doesn't go, then I'll just continue with the cash that I do have, but I'd like to be more cash positive at this stage. Now, one of the reasons that I want to be cash positive is because of the story that Bitcoin tells from looking at the past. And now I want to talk about this right here, okay? Because in the past, what we were saying right now, it's an accumulation zone. And I agree, it is. Right now, it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. And we're seeing that it's going up, but the question is it possible that Bitcoin could go to 20,000? That's the question. And so to understand that, we have to go back into history when Bitcoin, follows that pattern. And generally, when we reach the PI cycle top, no, you can't see it. Let me put this tool here and let's go. If you're not familiar with the PI cycle top indicator, all it's telling you is like, where's the cycle top? Okay. Now, last time I told people, this is the cycle top. People said, oh, I don't agree with you. Bitcoin will continue to go up, right? And I said, well, not according to the PI cycle top. So I was right that this time was the peak, right here. And now, every PI cycle top, you generally follow, okay, if you want to call it a bear market, you could call it that, right? But it's a long-term downtrend, right? All the way down. And generally what Bitcoin does on a macro level is it goes kind of like this, right? In this descending triangle, which is a continuation pattern. And then will eventually break down to the 200-week moving average. And then we change the trend into a bull market and we start going up. Right. And if you bought it at the bottom, you would make a lot of money. If you bought it like right here and you just sold it there, that's like a 3x. Very, very easy, right? Very easy to make like money. Now, this one was a black swan event in 2020 with the COVID. But right now, is Bitcoin doing the same thing? We'll come back to that. Let's look at the one before that. Again, PI cycle top, right? Reach the top. What does it do? Dead cat bounce, keeps going down, right? And then what does it do? Breaks support, goes to 200-week moving average, and then it goes into a bull market, okay? It goes up. Now, it's not as a big pump here, but if you bought it at 200 moving average, yeah, you get 63%. But obviously, you'd want to hold it longer. And then, the longer you hold it, if you hold it to the next PI cycle top, that's a 10,000 percent. So depending on how patient you are. Now, I agree, that took a long time to get there. The only exception, this is an example where it did not break the support, reach the PI cycle top, but here's what happened. It basically did not break support. And then it broke through and went to the next PI cycle top. Okay. So this is where there's an exception. And the big question is what kind of pattern are we going to follow now? Are we going to keep the support, break the resistance and go up? Or are we in this pattern where we're going to break the bottom of like support and go to the 200-week moving average? That's the only question. And honestly, I don't know, but I will tell you something. You'd be pretty smart right now to be cash positive and maybe go 50-50 just in case, because I can't predict with absolute certainty that Bitcoin will go up. And I cannot tell you with absolute certainty that Bitcoin will go down. I don't know that. I'm not totally confident in that, and neither should you. And all my information is nobody's totally confident in the market right now. But let's take a look at something else that you might like to know. Because if we use the RSI Stoke, right now, you can see that's where we are. We're in this zone, right? And last time we're in this zone, you can make a lot of money. You buy it here and it goes up. Man, you're very confident you're going to make money. Look at that. You can make 120% if you just bought it last time it was there. But here's the problem. If you go back to this example, it went in that zone 1 time, 2 times, and it wasn't the bottom. It was not the bottom because we're using the weekly Stoke to find the bottom. And because we're still in that continuation pattern, you can see it went up, went back down. You're in that green zone, goes back up, goes back in the green zone, goes back up, right? This for a while goes back in the green zone and then drops. And now you're at the bottom. So what we're saying is that the weekly Stoke RSI is not a foolproof system, right? What if it does the same thing? Right now it's going up. What if it goes up to the resistant, get rejected, a strong rejection, people lose confidence, boom, goes down to the 20-week moving average. Then in that case, you'd be foolish not to have money to buy it at a $20,000 level. Does that make sense? So for that reason, I decided to be more cash positive. For me personally, I'd want to have at least 50% cash at this time in case we go to 20,000, because I want to buy as much Bitcoin and altcoins, especially altcoins will be dirt cheap at that price. They're going to bleed so much. Because if you don't realize, this is a 50% drop from $40,000 like level. If you go to 40,000 all the way to 20,000, it's like a 50% drop. That's not small. How much do you think the altcoins would bleed if that happens? By the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not saying that's going to happen. In fact, let me be crystal clear because I want you to feel confident that I did not tell you that it's going to go up or down, okay? So let me be clear. 50% probability goes down and 50% probability it goes up, okay? I think that's the best that I can tell you, right? And of course, so when you don't know if it's going to go down or up, right? Let me be clear. Then you should be 50% cash positive in case it goes down. And if it goes up, you still make money. If it goes down, you still make money. Because at the end of the day, right? If we look at the S&P 500, yeah, right now it's opening and it's opening in a green candle. So that's good for Bitcoin. But don't forget, we still have that resistance to meet. We still have a lot of resistance to overcome. And it's still possible that we get rejected. So for that reason, I just say, you know what? Nobody knows 100% what's going to happen. But I think it's a good plan to look at the scenario that I just showed you, which is this. So you can be confident that you're going to make money either way because you're cash positive. So that will be my plan. And that's what I wanted to share with you today.
Yeah, this is fantastic analysis once again, and great trading advice. At the end of the day, as you said, this is a race that's too close to call. It's like if you're at the horse races, and so you manage your risk and make sure that you're cash positive. But like we've always said in this channel, whether the market's going up or down, you can make money. It's just making sure you change your strategy, manage your risk correctly. And again, that's one of the reasons we try to do these videos for you, to help you be educated so that you can manage your risk as well, because obviously there's risk in any investment. So again, Michael, great job with the breakdown today. And that's really insightful, especially to go back and see those drops. It's not all the time, but it definitely happened enough where we want to watch that. So we're going to find out soon what Bitcoin is going to do. Of course, the other dark horse in this is the fact that you still have the situation in Ukraine. And people just don't know, like, well, will that somehow spiral out of control, and all of a sudden we got a big war, that even bigger war, and what will that impact? So there's so much uncertainty that plays into this for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So as I think things will become clearer as we move toward the reality of the situation, but be prepared for the worst and expect the best, right? I mean, what else could you do?
Exactly. And like we said, there's always money to be made on any day when you're in crypto. So on that, that's all we've got for you today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also trade from a beautiful state.
All right. Bye for now.